What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, according to undefeated two-time super middleweight WBC world champion Mexican superstar boxer David Benavidez and his father and trainer and manager Jose Benavidez Sr., well, after undefeated two-division world champion, currently the WBC reigning middleweight world champion superstar boxer Jermall Lions Only Charlo had a clip leaked of him on the Last Stand podcast with Brian Custer, and Brian Custer asked him, can you see yourself possibly fighting David Benavidez in the near future? And he said, absolutely, let's make that fight happen. He says he would knock out David Benavidez within under 6 rounds, okay? He said 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds. That's what he had to say, right? So he says, make the fight happen. He gets hit way too much. Let's make it happen. So essentially, he agreed in principle. I know there's a lot of people saying, well, that he never agreed. There's no fight scheduled. Well, we got to take into consideration David Benavidez just fought last weekend. And now Jermall Charlo, we just saw this clip just 24 hours ago. So there's not going to be any contract signed, sent, or sealed. Okay, in principle, Jermall Charlo, he stated, make the fight happen. That's where it's coming from, okay? David Benavidez, 24-0, 21 wins by way of knockout. He's 24 years of age. He stands at 6'1.5", 6'2", with a 77-inch arm reach. Last saw him in the ring this past Saturday night against Ronald Ellis when he got an 11th round TKO stoppage victory over Ronald Ellis. Okay, Jermall Charlo is undefeated as well. He's currently the WBC reigning middleweight world champion. He's a 2-division world champion. Jermall Charlo, he has 31 wins, no losses, 22 wins by way of knockout. He's 30 years of age, stands at 6 feet tall with a 73.5-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was September 26, 2020, when he got a unanimous decision victory over Sergey Derevyanchenko. So now Jose Benavidez and David Benavidez, they're saying that since they got wind of this, they cannot find Jermall Charlo. He's not responding. They can't get in contact with him. Essentially, they're alluding to the fact that they feel like Jermall Charlo at this point in time is avoiding them. So he's not truly standing, on his square. What he stated that he will knock out, David Benavidez in a certain amount of time, and that make the fight happen ASAP. Okay, that's what Jermall Charlo has stated on the Last Stand podcast with Brian Custer. Just listen to what he had to say regarding this.
Yeah. Let's make that fight happen. I'm going to knock his little punk ass out.
You hear that right?
I promise that. I put that on everything I love. I give him about 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I knock him out about 5 rounds, 6 rounds, no more. He get hit too much. I'm powerful. I'll explode on him. Trust me. I do my thing. I've been doing this all my life. Put me in there. Put me in there with the... I'm a lion, bro. Let's get it.
Do you see you and David Benavidez fighting?
Yeah. Let's make that fight happen.
So you see, you heard it right there. He said, let's make that fight happen. So now Jose Benavidez and David Benavidez, they're saying that they cannot get in contact with Jermall Charlo. Essentially, they feel like Jermall Charlo is avoiding a fight. Jermall Charlo was asked about this fight. This all stemmed because Jermall Charlo was doing another interview. Jermall Charlo was asked about the possibility of going up to 168 pounds and challenging 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer who currently is the unified WBA, WBC world champion Saul Canelo Alvarez. And then that led to, if he can't secure a fight with Canelo Alvarez, would he face David Benavidez at 168, who was considered the best super middleweight in the world, who was the WBC champion at the time. And Jermall Charlo, he stated that he would knock out David Benavidez, as he just stated in this interview. And he said that David Benavidez has no defense. He can't dish out. He can't continue to take what he's dishing out. And he stated that, David Benavidez, is too young, too green. He gets hit far too much, and the weight is not going to matter. Obviously, they've been going back and forth. Jermall Charlo, he stated that he's not a 168 pounder. He's not even truly a 160 pounder. And then, he stated that he didn't want to fight somebody 25 and under 25 because it's going to be excuses like when his identical twin brother, who's the unified two-time junior middleweight world champion superstar boxer, Jermall Charlo. This is the same similar situation when Erickson the Hammer Lubin was pushed into a fight with Jermall Charlo, and Jermall Charlo was saying he was too young, he wasn't ready, and he knocked him out in the first round. So Jermall Charlo, he's likening it to that situation. So he says that from now on, I'm going to fight everybody 25 and older. Then he said that, he got to make sure that he gets tested and things of that nature because you don't want to risk himself. So David Benavidez, he took that as a way for Jermall Charlo to avoid making a fight happen with him. So he stated that Jermall Charlo is making up every excuse in the book. He's going to ask for his, he stated that he's going to ask for his GED next. This is what he had to say. So David Benavidez, he's stating that, he's going to be asking for my GED. He's asking for everything under the sun just to make this fight happen. He said that weight didn't matter, that he will come up to 168 pounds and he will knock me out. So now I want to see him stand by his words, and let's make the fight happen in September. Now, like I said, you cannot expect Jermall Charlo to fight David Benavidez next. This is what I stated. So when people are saying that, it's not confirmed, it's not true, nobody said that, the fight is going to happen. Well, nobody said the fight was going to happen next. Jermall Charlo didn't say the fight was going to happen next, nor did I say report that the fight was going to happen next. I stated that obviously Jermall Charlo, he's going to need another fight. The last time he fought was September 26th of 2020. David Benavidez has since fought twice since then. And if Jermall Charlo is going to make his way to a new division, obviously he's going to have to get another fight in, get acclimated to 168 pounds, or at least have another fight, a tune-up fight, before going into a fight with David Benavidez. So, not expecting him to go directly in after these statements, to go directly into a fight with David Benavidez. I believe that Jose and David Benavidez, they want a similar situation how Canelo Alvarez has when Canelo Alvarez just fought, against Avni Yildirim. He already had a plan in place to face off against WBO super middleweight two-time two-division world champion superstar boxer Billy Joe Saunders for May 8th. So now, and also too, if Canelo Alvarez is a unification bout, he beat Avni Yildirim. The fight was announced immediately following the Avni Yildirim fight that he's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders May 8th. And we know he already has another fight in place. Should he be victorious in that unification bout against Billy Joe Saunders, then in September, he's going to face IBF undefeated super middleweight world champion superstar boxer Caleb Sweethand Plant in September. So I believe that this is the format that David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez, his father, manager and trainer, they're seeking from Jermall Charlo. They're not expecting his next fight to be against them, as I'm not expecting his next fight to be against them. They're just looking for some kind of confirmation and some kind of, agreement that they will fight. They'll be fighting in September, late September, maybe October, not expecting him after his next fight. Okay. Obviously, like I stated, if he fought David Benavidez in September, that will be a year out the ring for Jermall Charlo. That's not realistic. Coming from 160, he's going to be a year out the ring and go right to 168 and challenge David Benavidez. That's not realistic. Obviously, Jermall Charlo was going to have some type of tune-up fight, some type of, fight, maybe at 168, maybe a tune-up fight 160, a stay busy fight, something to get him back acclimated into stepping in the square circle before he goes into a high-profile fight, a fight of that magnitude. I suggested that reach out to Danny Jacobs. I think that that's the perfect fight for Jermall Charlo. I think that that's the perfect fight for Danny Jacobs. Now, Danny Jacobs in his last fight against Gabe Rosado, he didn't look the greatest, okay? That wasn't his best performance. But again, they have a history. They came face-to-face. It went viral. Everybody expected to see them come have a fight and face off against one another. It didn't come to fruition. Danny Jacobs since moved to 168. But he hasn't fought a true 168-pounder. He's fought Gabe Rosado, and then he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Both guys have fought at 154 and 160 in their careers, okay? So they're not true 168-pounders. Neither is he. He fought at middleweight. He was a world champion there. So, you know, it makes sense. There's a storyline. There's a build-up. You know, it's a huge fight. And Danny Jacobs, being 6 feet tall, 74-inch arm reach, is a very big guy with power in both hands. More power than David Benavidez, I believe. He has one-punch knockout power. David Benavidez is an accumulation puncher. Okay, he wears you down physically and mentally. Danny Jacobs could get you out of there one punch. So I think that that's the perfect fight. But there's talks that Jermall Charlo could be going into a different fight. But like I said, it's not realistic to expect him to go straight from his fight with Sergey Derevyanchenko September to going all the way to the next September, a year later, and fighting David Benavidez at 168. That's not realistic. That's not expected. So when we're saying that, you know, it's not true, they didn't agree to anything, well, this is coming from Jermall Charlo, the horse's mouth himself. He's saying, let's make the fight happen. So yes, doesn't matter what anybody else says. The fighter is saying, let's make the fight happen. That's the most important piece to this puzzle. And again, nobody's expecting them to face off in his next fight. So if you're asking anybody, are they going to fight next? Of course, the answer is going to be no, because nobody expects Jermall Charlo to face off against David Benavidez in his very next fight. We expected him to fight down the line in September. His next fight, more than likely, is going to be in June or early June, sometime maybe late May, okay? So we have to see that. But I believe at this point in time, Jose and David Benavidez, they want to secure and have security and have some sort of agreement in place where after Jermall Charlo's next fight, they have a plan to face off against one another, similar to Canelo Alvarez outlined in the way he's doing things currently. Like right now, he has a plan in place. Should he get past Billy Joe Saunders May 8th, he's going to face off against Caleb Plant in September. I believe that Jermall Charlo is going to take the fight. They believe he's avoiding him. I believe that they're, at this point in time, are just trying to smoke him out, essentially, and make sure they're trying to put pressure on him to make sure he takes the fight. So I believe he will take the fight. But I definitely don't see him fighting David Benavidez in his next fight. That's not realistic. It's going to be a tune-up fight. So, people, when you see Jermall Charlo announce his fight, his next fight, don't expect it to be David Benavidez. Expect it to be somebody else. And then after that, we look for him to fight David Benavidez. But like I said, Jose Benavidez, David Benavidez, they're saying they can't get in contact with him. He's been avoiding them since this went viral. But again, they're not looking for it to be their next fight. They're just looking for it to secure it in the future. But hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.